Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that has sparked absolute outrage among football fans worldwide, and honestly it gets my blood boiling just thinking about it. We're talking about World Cup ticket prices, a subject that has turned the beautiful game's biggest spectacle into an exclusive club for the ultra-rich and left millions of passionate supporters feeling completely shut out. I mean, can you believe the sheer audacity of it all? Imagine this scenario with me for a second. You've dreamt your entire life of seeing your national team play on the biggest stage, feeling that electric atmosphere in person, hearing the roar of the crowd as a goal goes in. But then you look at the ticket prices and your heart just sinks right into your stomach. It's not just expensive anymore. It's an insult to the very essence of what the World Cup is supposed to represent. A global celebration accessible to everyone who loves the game. This isn't just about a few extra bucks here and there. This is about the soul of football itself, being slowly but surely eroded by commercial interests and greed. I've been following the World Cup for decades and I've seen the prices steadily climb, but what we're witnessing now is an acceleration that is truly alarming. It's reached a point where it feels like the average fan, the working class hero who saves every penny, is being actively pushed away from the sport they adore. The scale of this outrage is truly monumental. Just scroll through social media after any major World Cup announcement and you'll see a tidal wave of frustration. Fan groups are protesting. News headlines are screaming about the unaffordability. And countless stories emerge of lifelong supporters simply giving up on their dream. It's a collective groan of despair from a global community that feels betrayed by the very organizations meant to nurture the sport. I've personally read countless heartbreaking accounts of families who have had to choose between a World Cup trip and essential living expenses. A choice no true fan should ever have to make. This isn't just a financial burden. It's an emotional one, stripping away the joy and anticipation that should accompany such a monumental event. The feeling of being priced out of your own passion, of seeing your lifelong dream become an impossible fantasy, is truly devastating. So, why are these tickets so astronomically expensive in the first place? What are the root causes behind this escalating crisis? Well, we need to look no further than FIFA's own business model, which, despite being a non-profit organization, generates truly staggering revenues. Their primary focus, it often seems, is maximizing commercial partnerships, sponsorship deals, and broadcasting rights, with ticket sales becoming another major revenue stream to fuel their vast operations and ambitious projects. This emphasis on profit, even under a non-profit guise, inevitably trickles down to the consumer. Then there are the colossal costs associated with being a host nation, an expense that often falls heavily on the local taxpayers and is subsequently recouped through various means, including ticket prices. We're talking about billions spent on new stadiums, state-of-the-art infrastructure, elaborate security measures, and complex logistical operations to accommodate millions of visitors. These are not small investments, and the burden of these expenditures is often subtly or overtly passed on to the fans who wish to attend. Another significant factor is the relentless push towards corporate hospitality and the premiumization of the World Cup experience. There's an ever-growing number of VIP packages, luxurious corporate boxes, and exclusive experiences designed for high-paying clients and businesses. This shift means that a substantial portion of the stadium's capacity is often reserved for these premium offerings, leaving fewer, and consequently more expensive, standard tickets for the general public. It's a clear prioritization of high-value clients over the traditional fan base. Of course, Basic economics plays a huge role too. It's a simple case of demand vastly outstripping supply. The World Cup is a truly global event, attracting interest from billions of people. Yet stadium capacities are inherently limited. This scarcity naturally drives prices up, as millions vie for a finite number of seats, creating an intensely competitive market where prices can be inflated without much resistance from those desperate to attend. It's a classic example of market forces at play, but one that feels particularly unfair in the context of a public spectacle. And let's not forget the insidious role of the resale market and professional scalping, which further exacerbates the problem. Both official and unofficial secondary markets become breeding grounds for price gouging, where tickets are bought at face value and then resold for many times their original price. Sophisticated bots and professional scalping operations exploit the system, snapping up large quantities of tickets only to release them at exorbitant rates, making it even harder for genuine fans to secure affordable entry. This parasitic layer adds another layer of financial burden and frustration. So, who is truly most affected by these outrageous prices? What is the human cost behind these inflated figures? Well, it's often the local fans in the host nation, the very people whose taxes and infrastructure contribute to making the tournament possible, who find themselves completely priced out of their own World Cup. Imagine living in a country that hosts the biggest sporting event on Earth, seeing the stadiums built, feeling the excitement, only to realize you can't afford to step inside. It's a bitter pill to swallow and a profound sense of injustice. Then there are the working-class fans and families, the traditional bedrock of football fandom, who are increasingly struggling to afford attendance. For generations, football has been a sport for the common person, a shared passion that transcended economic divides. But now, with ticket prices soaring, a family trip to the World Cup, once a cherished dream, has become an unimaginable luxury, pushing out the very people who give the sport its heart and soul. This demographic shift fundamentally alters the stadium atmosphere. International travelers face an even greater burden, as they must contend with the added expenses of flights, accommodation, visas, and local transportation, all on top of the already exorbitant ticket prices. For many, a World Cup trip involves years of meticulous saving and planning. But when ticket costs alone become prohibitive, the entire endeavor becomes financially impossible. It's a barrier that disproportionately affects fans from less affluent nations or those with weaker currencies, further limiting global participation. The consequence of all this is a noticeable change in the authentic fan experience and the very atmosphere within the stadiums when the stands are increasingly filled with corporate guests, VIPs, and those who can easily afford the premium prices. The raw, unbridled passion of dedicated, lifelong supporters can be diluted. The spontaneous chants, the vibrant displays of loyalty, the collective energy that makes football truly special, risk being replaced by a more subdued, corporate-friendly environment. It's a subtle but significant erosion of the game's cultural fabric. Looking back at the historical context, this trend of skyrocketing prices hasn't always been so extreme. If you compare World Cup ticket prices from, say, the 1970s or 80s to today, the difference is absolutely staggering. Back then, while not cheap, attending a World Cup was a far more achievable dream for the average fan. A testament to a time when the sport felt more connected to its grassroots. The acceleration of these price hikes seems to have really kicked into high gear in the last 2 decades, coinciding with the increasing commercialization of global sports events. We've seen a gradual but relentless shift from the World Cup being primarily a sporting event with commercial aspects to a massive global entertainment product where commercial considerations often seem to take precedence. This evolution has transformed the accessibility landscape dramatically, making it increasingly difficult for fans to follow their teams across continents without significant financial sacrifice. It's a stark contrast to a bygone era where the focus was more squarely on the competition itself and the shared experience of fandom. The broader implications for football as a whole are quite concerning, extending far beyond just the immediate disappointment of individual fans. When fans feel consistently alienated and priced out of the biggest events, it inevitably leads to an erosion of loyalty and a sense of detachment from the sport's governing bodies. This growing disconnect between the elite echelons of football and its grassroots supporters poses a serious long-term threat to the game's popularity and cultural significance. Is football, the world's most popular sport, slowly losing its soul and becoming just another exclusive entertainment product primarily for the wealthy? This is a question many are asking, as the focus seems to shift from the passion of the game to the profitability of the spectacle. If the sport's most iconic tournament becomes an unattainable luxury, it risks alienating the very foundation of its global appeal, turning a universal passion into a niche indulgence. This commodification can strip away the sport's intrinsic value. What about the impact on future generations of fans? If young enthusiasts can't experience the World Cup live, what does that mean for the sport's long-term health and growth? The magic of attending a live match, especially one of such magnitude, is often what ignites a lifelong love for football. If this experience becomes out of reach, we risk creating a generation of fans who only ever encounter the World Cup through a screen, potentially diminishing their connection and passion for the game. This could have profound consequences for the sport's future vibrancy. And then there are the ethical concerns. The glaring disconnect between FIFA's stated mission of developing the game globally and its current pricing strategies. How can you genuinely develop and grow a sport if you're simultaneously making its pinnacle event inaccessible to a vast majority of its most ardent supporters, particularly in developing nations? This contradiction raises serious questions about the organization's priorities and its commitment to inclusivity, undermining its own stated objectives. It feels hypocritical at best. So, what can actually be done about this? Are there any potential solutions to make the World Cup accessible again for the average fan? One major avenue is stronger regulation from FIFA itself. They hold immense power and could implement policies to cap ticket prices or allocate a significantly larger proportion of affordable tickets. This would require a fundamental shift in their priorities, moving away from pure profit maximization towards a more fan-centric approach, which is a big ask but not impossible. Government intervention in host nations could also play a crucial role, perhaps through subsidies for tickets or stricter regulation of the secondary resale market. If host governments view the World Cup as a public good and a national celebration, they could work to ensure that their own citizens and visiting fans aren't exploited. This might involve setting legal limits on resale prices or even directly funding ticket allocations for local communities, ensuring a more equitable distribution. Fan power and collective action are absolutely vital in this fight, as organized fan groups can exert significant pressure on FIFA and host organizers. By uniting their voices, staging protests, launching petitions, and engaging with media, fans can highlight the injustice and demand meaningful change. History has shown that when fans come together, They can be a formidable force, capable of influencing decisions and pushing for greater transparency and fairness in ticket distribution. Their collective voice is powerful in the face of inaccessibility. We've also seen the rise of alternative viewing experiences, such as massive fan zones and public screenings, becoming increasingly popular. While these don't replicate the stadium atmosphere, they offer a communal and often free way for fans to celebrate the World Cup together. While not a direct solution to ticket prices, they represent a grassroots response to the problem, allowing people to participate in the spirit of the tournament even if they can't afford to be inside the venues. Finally, we should consider the role of major sponsors and corporate partners. Can they be leveraged to play a more responsible role in making the event more accessible? These companies benefit immensely from their association with the World Cup's global appeal, and perhaps they could be encouraged or even mandated to contribute to initiatives that lower ticket prices or provide free access to underserved communities. It's about corporate social responsibility extending to fan accessibility, using their influence for good. In conclusion, it's abundantly clear that the World Cup, which should be a truly global celebration of football, is rapidly becoming an exclusive and unaffordable event for far too many. The current trajectory of ticket prices is not just a financial issue. It's a profound cultural problem that threatens to alienate the very heart and soul of the sport, its passionate fan base. We're witnessing a transformation where the beautiful game risks losing its universal appeal and becoming just another luxury commodity. For the health and longevity of football, for the dreams of future generations, and for the preservation of the sport's unique spirit, fan accessibility must become a top priority. We need to demand a return to a World Cup where the roar of the crowd is genuinely representative of the world's diverse footballing community, not just a select few. It's about ensuring that the biggest spectacle in sports remains a truly global festival, open to everyone who loves the game, regardless of their economic status. So, what do you think about all of this? Have you been priced out of a World Cup experience? Or do you have ideas on how we can make these events more accessible? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going and push for the change that our beloved sport desperately needs. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more discussions like this, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.